So, I feel like a doofus if I try to explain this whenever people ask me on the spot. Why? Why any of this? What does this mean? What is happening? So, here is that. For reference, I speak both of these, I write in this, and I can read this. I can probably write in it if I tried. But anyway, let's start with this, because it's easier to explain. So, at some point, this happened. This guy's won, and these guys also invented simplified. So wherever they could reach, which is what, all of this, at some point Mongolia split off. You probably have seen them on the world map by themselves. But basically, everywhere that they could reach, everybody learned to write in simplified. And everybody got taught Mandarin at school, even though everybody speaks different things. You'll see that in a second, but we're talking about the writing system here. Everybody writes simplified, except for places they can't reach, which is Hong Kong, which was British, Macau, which was Portuguese, and where these guys ran off to, here, let's not mention a name so I don't get, struck by lightning. These places write in traditional. Everybody else writes in simplified. And also, Cantonese speakers can at least read traditional just like me, because I'm a Cantonese speaker, because these places are incredibly influential in the Cantonese sphere, if you want to call it that, sphere of influence, in media, in entertainment, for the longest time, especially in Hong Kong, Macau as well. But if you want to read a magazine, if you want to work there, if you want to just in general keep in contact with your relatives who live there, you as a Cantonese speaker should probably be able to at least read traditional. Everybody else writes in simplified. Let's just don't think about it. It's very confusing. That's just a better zoomed in map. You can see that's a different bit. That was a different bit. And that's a different bit. Maybe, perhaps, don't think about it too hard. These are no longer different bits, but they're still autonomous, self-ruling regions of some sort. So they still write traditional, to the best of my knowledge. Everybody else writes in simplified. Haha! What a fun, quirky map. Don't think about it too hard. Look, Cantonese is down here. Isn't that fun? So, Japanese happened at some point, Korean happened at some point. These two happened a long time ago. Do not fall down this rabbit hole. Do not look this up. It's very confusing and politically charged, and there's a lot of conflict of interest at play here. But at some point, Mandarin was smaller, and at some point, Cantonese was probably bigger bit of influence. This is a modern day map. Now, Cantonese superiority complex havers will say that Mandarin was born out of a mix between Cantonese and Mongolian, because everybody spoke Cantonese up until the Mongolians invaded and mixed their languages together and created the abomination that is Mandarin. Other people say bullshit. The thing that they were speaking before that was not Cantonese, it was some other thing, and just because the poems rhyme better in Cantonese does not mean that they were actually speaking Cantonese, which also makes sense, because if you have a proto-language, it could rhyme, but it could be not the same thing. Let's not think about it. But the point is, Mandarin speakers like that, Cantonese speakers like that, also not pictured, Singapore, Malaysia, let's not think about it, but also not pictured, Taiwan speaks Mandarin and also Taiwanese, because everybody has to speak Mandarin at school, but you speak whatever these are at home. Everybody has to be taught Mandarin at school, but you speak this, you speak this, you speak that. Definitely, I can understand it because my grandparents speak this at home. I was never taught this in any sort of formal way, but I can understand my grandparents when they speak this to me. And I can understand and speak in this, even though I was never taught this. It just happens like that, if that makes sense. So everybody speaks more than one language, pretty much. So, in summary, Everybody speaks Mandarin and something else and writes in simplified, except for these people. Now, these people in Taiwan, they speak Mandarin and also Taiwanese. They write traditional because of aforementioned political event that which shall not be mentioned again. Hong Kong speaks Cantonese and probably English and probably Mandarin as well, and they're running traditional English because they were British. Now, Macau speaks Cantonese because that's what they've always spoken, because these two places are in the region, general rough region of Canton. I don't know if they speak Portuguese. I don't think they do. I don't think a lot of them do speak Portuguese, but they were Portuguese. They were a Portuguese colony for 100 years, maybe. And they also probably speak Mandarin just because they're right next to the bits that speak Mandarin. And they're writing traditional because they were Portuguese. Thank you.